Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Once again, I am with you and I welcome you to the Arabic online class number 9. This is our ninth class. Earlier, we have we had come across with 8 classes. In those 8 classes, we were studying, we were learning about Arabic, basics of Arabic. We were learning. Earlier, our topic was, in our last class, the topic was long vowels. In our earlier class, we were learning about the long vowels. Okay. What are long vowels? In fact, long vowels are the lengthened form of short vowels. Long vowels are the extended form of short vowels. And we must notice that the long vowel must be preceded by a short vowel of the same nature. Alif must be preceded by the short vowel fatha. Ya will be preceded by the short vowel kasra, and waw will be preceded by the short vowel zamma. Okay. Long vowels are represented by the letters. In Arabic, we have 29 letters. If we leave alif, then the number comes down to 28. In Arabic alphabet, we have 28 letters. You may say 29 if we include alif. If we exclude it, then the number comes down to 28. The long vowels are represented by the letters. Long vowels are represented by the letters of Arabic alphabet. For example, fatha. Fatha, the duration of fatha is 1 movement. As I told you earlier, 1 movement is equal to the opening or closing of a finger. For example, ba fatha ba. How much we have to lengthen it, how much we have to prolong it, how longer we have to go on pronouncing this letter. So it is said that 1 movement. Movement means opening or closing of 1 finger. Ba fatha ba. Ba. That's all. For long vowel, the duration exceeded to 2 movements. The long vowel can be pronounced up to 2 movements and not more than that. For example, ba alif zabar ba. That's all. Okay. We had spelled out all the long. We had spelled out alif with the vowel, with the long vowel alif, all the letters. Today we will continue with the same topic, long vowels with the second letter ya. Got it? Many students are joining for the first time. So I welcome them because they took a bit late admission. Now they are joining. For them, I must say, you take down all the notes of my previous class from the Google Drive, which we are sending in on the Google into the Google Drive. We are sending the notes of each and every class. You may copy it down from the Google Drive. The class number is given for Arabic. For my subject Arabic, I have posted all classes notes except the class number 1, because class number 1 was the introductory class. In introduction, I had explained you about the importance of language and importance of Arabic language. All these things we had come across. So for their convenience, I must say they must take down the notes from the Google Drive, and once you go through all those notes, whatever the doubts you are, whatever the doubts spinning in your mind, you may ask me later on when the question and answer session comes. Okay. Don't hesitate to ask. Feel free to ask. We are here to clear your doubts, and we love to clear your doubts. Okay. Please ask us. Dare to ask us. If you don't ask, your doubt remains the same and you won't understand anything. The coming topics you won't understand. That is the reason I must say, first you copy it on the notes and make a separate notebook for Arabic. If you have taken the notebooks from the college, then make a separate notebook for Arabic. Among those 6 notebooks, one is for you keep one notebook for Arabic and copy it down in the fair itself. Need not to copy in the rough, then you are fairing it. It is not necessary. You directly you may take it down into the fair notes. Got it? Now, what we were studying in our last class, we will continue it. For the newcomers who joined today, I want to give a short recap of the previous class for them, earlier classes. The diacritical marks. Diacritical marks means distinguishing signs. Distinguishing signs. For example, we have fatha, kasra, zamma, sukoon, tashdeed, khada zabar, khada zer, ulta pesh, means alif al-makhsura, kasra al-khanjariya, and zamma al-mahkusa. These things known as diacritical marks. And alif, fatha, kasra, zamma, also known as harakat al-qasira, short vowels, and long vowels represented by the letters alif, ya, waw. These are called al-harakat al-tawila. Okay. Sukoon. Sukoon means silent, no sound. When a letter is supplied with the diacritical mark sukoon, that letter considered to be silent, no sound. When the sound produces, when we join with the preceding letter of maftu, with the preceding letter of maftu letter or maksoon letter or mazboom letter. When a letter given fatha, to it, then that letter known as maftu. You may look at the board for this. Before proceeding, before we start writing, we will write down the phrase Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, as usual. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay. What is the translation? Translation is in the name of Allah. In the name of Allah. The most gracious, the most gracious, the most merciful, the most merciful. Today I would like to tell you about the Maftu letters. Ba Fatha Ba. Then it is known as Maftu, Al-Maftu or Maftu. Maftuhun or Maftu. M-A-S, Maftu. T-O-O-H. Maftu. If we give kasra to it, ba kasra b, then it will be called as maksur. Maksur letter. The letter which is supplied kasra, then it is called as maksur. Ba maksur. It is known as ba maksur. It is known as ba maftu. Ba maftu means the ba carrying the diacritical mark fatha, and ba maksur means the ba carrying the diacritical mark kasra. Okay. In transliteration, maksur, M-A-K mak, simple form as double O-R su, maksur. Okay. Right. Now the letter remains. We take the same example, ba. We put it zamma to it. Then ba zamma bu. Then it will called as ba mazmum. Mazmum. Mim zwar maz mim waw mazmum mim mazmum. In transliteration, in romanization, mazmum. M-A-Z, maz, M-O-O-M, move, mazmum. Ba maftu, ba maksur, and ba mazmum. All these three diacritical marks, fatha, kasra, and zamma, has the elongation of one movement. One movement is equal to the opening or closing of one finger. Okay. Ba fatha ba, we have to pronounce it. Ba kasra b. That's all. Ba zamma bu. Then come to the long vowels. Long vowels, as you know that long vowels are the extended form of short vowels, and we have spelled out all the long vowels, we have spelled out alif. We have spelled out alif in our last class. Today we are proceeding towards ya. What is the condition? Condition is that alif will be preceded by fatha. For example, in our last class we had learned this ba alif zabar ba. Then we take ta सा अलीफ ज़बर ता, सा अलीफ ज़बर सा, जीम अलीफ ज़बर जा, हा अलीफ ज़बर हा अलीफ ज़बर खा, and so on. Okay. Today we are going to learn about ya maksud, the long vowel ya. Long vowel ya. Ya must be preceded with the vowel kasra. Then it will become a long vowel. The condition is ya must be preceded by kasra. Okay. Ya must be preceded by kasra. Y double A ya must be preceded by kasra. Okay. Ya must be preceded by kasra. If it fulfills the condition, then we have to prolong it to the two movements is equal to one alif. In one alif there are two movements. Then we have to pronounce this as alif ya kasra e, ba ya kasra b, ta ya kasra e, or we can pronounce them as alif ya zer e, ba ya zer b, ta ya zer ti, sa ya zer si, jim ya zer ji, ha ya zer hi, ha ya zer ki. Okay. Dal ya zer di, then zal ya zer zi, ra ya zer ri, za ya zer zi. Are you getting? Za ya zer zi, ra za, sin shin, sin ya zer si, shin ya zer shi, and sin shin swad, swad ya zer si, zwad ya zer zi, zwad ya zer zi. Okay. Now ta, ta ya zer ti, za ya zer zi, ain ya zer i, ghain ya zer ghi, ain fa, fa ya zer fi, qaf ya zer fi, kaf ya zer ki, lam ya zer li, mim ya zer mi, nun ya zer ni, waw ya zer wi, ha ya zer hi, hamza ya zer i, and ya zer yi. Okay. Ya must be preceded by the short vowel of its same nature, kasra. Then it will lengthen to, it will extend to one alif or two movements. Alif ya zer e, b, p, c, g, e, he, b, and so on up to g. Okay. What is the duration? Duration is these letters are pronounced to the the extent of one alif or two measures of haraka. They are extended up to one alif, not more than one alif. Okay. You have understood this ba maktub, ba maksur, ba mazmum. If we replace this ba with the letter ta, then it will become what? Ta maftub, ta maksur, and ba mazmum. Ta mazmum. Okay. The duration is the same. It is pronounced equal to the one alif or two measures of haraka. The last letter is alif, ya, and waw. Waw. W-A-U. Waw must be preceded by dhamma. Waw must be preceded by dhamma. These all three letters, alif, ya, and waw, are also known as al-huruf al-madda. Madda means prolongation of a letter. Madda means prolongation. Madda means extending a letter. Okay. These letters are extend up to one movement. These letters pronounced up to one movement. The sound continues till the one movement, till two movements are equal to one alif. Okay. Now, waw must be preceded by dhamma. If it fulfills the condition, then the letter will be pronounced to measures of harakat. For example, alif, waw, dhamma, u, ba, waw, dhamma, bu, ta, waw, dhamma, tu, su, hu, hu. Okay. Ha, ha, alif, ba, ta, sa, jim, jim, we left it, ju, hu, hu. Okay. Hu. Kha, wa, dhamma, hu. Then jim, ha, kha, dal. Dal, wa, dhamma, du. Zal, wa, dhamma, zu. Ra, wa, dhamma, ru. Za, wa, dhamma, zu. Okay. Raza. Sin. Sin, wa, dhamma, su. Shin, wa, dhamma, shu. Su, shu. Then swad, wa, dhamma, su. Zwad, wa, dhamma, zu. Ta, wa, dhamma, tu. Ra, wa, dhamma, zu. Ain, wa, dhamma, u. Ain, wa, dhamma, u. Fa, wa, dhamma, fu. Kaf, wa, dhamma, gu. Lam, wa, dhamma, lu. Mim, wa, dhamma, mu. Noon, wa, dhamma, nu. Waw, wa, dhamma, wu. Ya, wa, dhamma, yu. Okay. U, bu, tu, su, ju, hu, fu, du, zu, and so on up to you. Okay. What is the duration? Now, I will give you a recap of this lesson once again. Long vowels are the extended form of short vowels. You remember it. Fatha, kasra, zamma, alif, ya, waw. This side we have short vowels and other side we have long vowels. Short vowels are the long vowels are the extended form of short vowels. Okay. These letters are called as al-huruf al-madda, prolongation letters, al-huruf al-jawfiya, airy letters because they depend on the air, and al-huruf al-illa, weak letters. These three names, and also called as al-harakat al-tawila. You may remember these four names of these three letters. Alif, Ya, Waw are called as al-harakat al-tawila, and second name al-huruf al-madda, third name al-huruf al-illa, fourth name al-huruf al-jawfiya. Why this is called as al-harakat al-tawila? Because they are pronounced twice to the sound of twice to the sound twice to the voice of short vowel. That is the reason they are called as al-harakat al-tawila. Now, why they are called as al-huruf al-madda? They are called as al-huruf al-madda because they are extended, they prolonged to the extent of one alif. That is the reason they are called as al-huruf al-madda and al-huruf al-illa, weak letters. Why they are called as weak letters? They are called as weak letters because they depend on the preceding consonant. They cannot produce their own sound till they combines with the preceding consonant of mazmum, preceding consonant of maksum, or preceding consonant of maftum. Then they are also known as al-huruf al-jawfiya. Jawfi, as you know that jawfun means air, and jawfiya, they depend on the air. When the air stops, the voice also stops. For example, you may notice ba. When we are pronouncing ba, the air is coming out. These letters are known as al-huruf al-jawfiya because they depend on the air, and they use the hollow region of the mouth, empty portion of the mouth. Ba, like this. And here this alif yazet e, when we are pronouncing e, the air is coming out. When the air stops coming, then the sound breaks. Ooh, the same is here. Now, this chapter is closed here. This chapter ends here. Okay. What was the chapter? Chapter of long vowels. Al-harakat al-tawila. Okay. Today we will study a bit about sukun. Sukun. S-U-K-O-O-N. Sukun. Sukun. It is a diacritical mark. Diacritical mark. It is a diacritical mark. Shows that the letter is silent. The letter is silent. Sukun is a half circle shaped mark. It is a diacritical mark, shows that the letter is silent. For example, like b, ba, sukun, is also called as jazm. Okay, we cannot pronounce it without the preceding letter. Okay, silent letters. They do not produce sound till they joins with the other letter of maktub, maksur or mazmum. Sukun and other diacritical mark is tashdid. Okay, tashdid, tashdid. Tashdid means, literally it means extreme, or this symbol is known as de-emphasize and this symbol is known as emphasize. Tashdid is used for emphasizing, giving stress, and this is for not giving stress. For example, when we pronounce alif ba zabar ab, need not to give stress. Okay. When we pronounce with the letter tashdid, with the diacritical mark tashdid, we have to give stress. Tashdid. T-A-S-H T-A-S-H-D-E-E-T. Tashdid. It is a small W. It is a small W-like shape. It is a small W-like shape, and it is pronounced. It is pronounced. It is pronounced twice. For like alif, ba, zabar ab, ba, zabar ba. When the two consonants appeared, two consonants of the same nature appeared one after the other, then instead of writing like this, alif, ba, zabar ab, ba, zabar ba, we use tashdid. Instead of writing the same consonant two times, we write it one time and put tashdid on it. It means that it should be pronounced twice. One for joining alif ba zabar ab, then with the vowel fatha ba zabar ba, abba, and we have to give stress to emphasize it, abba, like this. And for example, other word we can use alif, ra zabar ar, ra zabar ra. It will become alif, ra, tashdid. Ar ra, ar ra. We have to give stress on it. Okay. Now we will stop our class here, and I wish you, I want you to ask about this topic. If you did not understand anything in this topic or in the previous topics, you may ask us. We will unmute your audio. So please raise your hand if you want to speak with us or if you want to ask something. Okay, raise your hand. Walaikum assalam. जी, क्या बोले? क्या लिखे हुआ है? 15 days. किस में लिखे हुआ है 15 डेज बल्कि? अच्छा, तो उसमें आ रहे हैं, नोट्स आ रहे हैं आपको उसके अंदर? हाँ, तो अगर नोट्स आ रहे हैं तो वही रहता फिर। अरेबिक के भी आए उसके अंदर नोट्स? हाँ, ठीक है। आपको जो है ना, अब तक जो है ये 9th क्लास है हमारी, ठीक है? से फर्स्ट क्लास के नोट्स कुछ भी नहीं है, सेकंड क्लास से लिखना रहता। सेकंड से लेके 8th तक आप लिख लिए हैं। हाँ, बेहतर, बहुत शुक्रिया, माशाल्लाह। आपका नाम क्या है? सलमान मियाँ, आपको ये सब समझ में आना, बेसिक्स ऑफ अरेबिक आसान तो है ना? और कुछ पूछना है? राइट, थैंक्स फॉर स्पीकिंग विद अस। नेक्स्ट, please raise your hand if you want to ask anything about the topic or want to speak with us. Please raise your hand. We will unmute your audio clip. Audio. We will unmute your microphone. Is there anyone who are, how many students are there who are raising? Many students are there. Hmm. Sir, unmute one by one. Many students are there. All the students may not get the chance because we are having only 5 minutes. Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. बहुत बताए जी हाँ। अच्छा, छूट गए हैं, माफी चाहता हूँ, मेरे भाई रॉ में छूट गए होंगे। मैं जो है ना नोट्स में पूरे कंप्लीट लिख के भी जाऊंगा। अलबत्ता आप जहाँ पर छूट गए हैं वो आप लिख लीजिए। ऊपर छूटा बोल रहे हैं, लामो पे शुरू, मीमो पे शुरू, नूनो पे शुरू। नून के बाद में क्या आता है? नून वाओ। हाँ हमजा, यहाँ हाँ और हमजा दो छूट गया है, सही। बहुत शुक्रिया। हाँ या हाँ, वो पे हु, हमजा वो पे हु, ये दोनों को हम ऐड करेंगे इधर। माशाल्लाह। बहुत अच्छा देख रहे हैं आप। हाँ वो पे हु को ऐड करेंगे पहले, और हमजा वो पे हु को भी ऐड करेंगे। देन वी हैव टू राइट या वो पे हु। राइट, थैंक्स फॉर करेक्टिंग अस। एनीथिंग एल्स? और कुछ बोलना है? राइट, थैंक यू। Who next? Who is next? वालेकुम अस्सलाम। हाँ, जबर जेर पेश को बोलते हैं, लेकिन मसला ये है, जबर जेर पेश को जो है फतहा कसरा जम्मा कहते हैं। लेकिन जब किसी हर्फ पर जबर लगाया जाता है तो बा मफ्तू कहलाता है। मफ्तू वो लेटर है जिसके ऊपर जबर हो। मकसूर वो हर्फ है जिसके नीचे जेर हो। और मजमूम वो हर्फ है जिसके ऊपर पेश हो। जिस लेटर के ऊपर पेश जबर जेर होता है तो उनके हिसाब से नाम दिए जाते हैं। अगर बा पे जबर है तो बा मफ्तू कहेंगे। अगर बा के बजाय यहाँ पर ता आ जाए, ता मफ्तू कहेंगे, ता मफ्तू, इस तरीके से। बा के बजाय ता आ गया, ता ता मकसूर, बा मकसूर, ता मकसूर, इस तरीके से कहेंगे। यानी कि मकसूर वो लफ्ज है जिसके ऊपर जेर हो। ठीक है, नेक्स्ट। नेक्स्ट प्लीज। सर, many students are waiting. Please unmute your audio and speak with us. Yes, please. Sir, unmute the students one by one. Azhar sir, your host is Azhar sir. He will unmute your microphone, then you may speak with us. Walaikum assalam. Okay, you contact on the college number given in your on your brochure, 9030016313. They will guide you. Huh? Once you contact on this number 9030016313, then you will be guided to the correct level. हाँ, right. Next, वालेकुम अस्सलाम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुह जी। What do you want to ask? Arabic textbooks. Yes. Uh, with me now. Yes. What do you want to say? My voice is not clear. Now, no problem here. Everything is okay here. Check your network connection. We can hear you. You are able to hear, you are answering my questions? No. How it can be possible? When I am asking something to you, you are answering properly. That denotes that you are hearing, listening. How could you say that voice is not coming? Do we have Arabic textbooks or not? Yes, surely we will be having textbooks. First we will complete basics of Arabic, then we will proceed towards the textbook. Got it? Right. Next. Next, please. Now, yes, your microphone is unmuted. Speak with us. वालेकुम अस्सलाम। जी बोलिए, क्या पूछना चाहते हैं? हाँ, सुकून सुकून कहते हैं। सुकून के माने खुद इत्मीनान और रेस्ट के हैं। कोई भी हर्फ पर अगर सुकून होता है तो वो रेस्टिंग लेटर कहलाता है। रेस्ट पे है, उन्हें कोई काम नहीं करेगा जब तक कि इसको कोई काम ना दिया जाए। मिसाल के तौर पे अलीफ के ऊपर से जबर मिला के पढ़े, अलीफ बा जबर। अब जब उन्हें उन्हें हरकत करेगा, काम में आएगा, उससे पहले उन्हें साइलेंट रहेगा, इसलिए उसको सुकून कहते हैं। सुकून इज अ डायक्रिटिकल मार्क शोज दैट द लेटर इज साइलेंट। ये खामोश होता है जब हम इससे पहले का हर्फ लेकर इसको मिलाते हैं, तब वो अपनी आवाज देता है। जब तक कोई आवाज नहीं निकालता है, खामोश रहता है, इसलिए इसको सुकून बोल रहे हैं। और जज़म भी कहते हैं, और इसका जो शेप है वो हाफ सर्कल है। राइट। आई होप आई हैव क्लियर योर डाउट। नेक्स्ट। नेक्स्ट प्लीज। वालेकुम अस्सलाम। मकसूर बोले तो जो हुरूफ, जो हर्फ पे जेर होता है उसको मकसूर कहते हैं। जो हर्फ पे पेश होता है उसको मजमूम कहते हैं। जो हर्फ पे जबर होता है उसको मफ्तूह कहते हैं। मकसूर बोले तो जिस पे जेर हो, जैसे बा से बा पे जेर है तो बा मकसूर हो गया है। ता पे जेर है ता मकसूर, जीम पे जेर है जीम मकसूर। जिस हर्फ पे भी जेर आएगा उन्हें मकसूर हो जाएगा। अगर जबर आया, जीम पे जबर आ गया तो जीम मकसूर नहीं रहेगा बल्कि जीम मफ्तू हो जाएगा। जीम पे जेर आ गया तो जीम मकसूर। अगर जीम पे पेश आ गया तो जीम मजमूम। पेश वाले को मजमूम कहते हैं, जेर वाले को मकसूर कहते हैं, और जबर वाले को मफ्तू कहते हैं। गॉट इट? नेक्स्ट। We may not allow the remaining students. Inshallah, in our next class, we will allow you to ask your doubt. We are closing our class. We conclude here. Inshallah, we will meet you in the next class. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.